You can build your first AI agent automation workflow in less than an hour, and in this video, I'm going to show you exactly how. Now, I know the idea of building your own AI agent might sound overwhelming, especially if you're not a tech person, but it's not as complicated as you think. You don't need to be a programmer, a data scientist, or even tech savvy to follow along with this tutorial. By the time we're done, you'll have a fully functional automated workflow with an AI agent that can handle tasks automatically and save you hours of work. I've linked all helpful tools in the description below, so be sure to click on those to sign up for free accounts and exclusive deals. So what exactly is an AI agent? An AI agent is essentially a tool that can think and act for you. Well, not exactly think in the human sense, but it can process information, make decisions, and perform actions based on the instructions you give it. Unlike traditional automation tools, which are rigid and limited to specific commands, an AI agent is able to adapt and respond to different situations. For example, it can analyze text, interpret patterns, and even personalize interactions in ways that feel human. This makes it great for tasks like managing emails, analyzing data, or responding to customer inquiries. All things that normally take up a huge chunk of your time. In this tutorial, I'll guide you through creating an AI agent workflow using a platform called N8N. This is a user-friendly automation tool that's perfect for beginners as well as more experienced people. It works by letting you build workflows, a series of connected tasks that your AI agent will follow. And what I love about using this is that you don't need to know how to code. Everything can be done through a simple drag-and-drop interface. The first thing you need to do is set up N8N. The easiest way to get started is to use N8N Cloud, which is the online version of the platform. You don't have to install anything on your computer or deal with any technical setup. All you need to do is visit the N8N website, create an account, and log in. Once you're in, you'll see a blank dashboard that might seem a little intimidating at first, but don't let that put you off. Everything is organized around workflows, and that's what we'll focus on. Before jumping into the workflow, let's take a moment to understand how this works. A workflow is like a roadmap for your automation. Each step in the workflow is called a node. Nodes are individual tasks. For example, one node might send an email, while another node might save data to a spreadsheet. By connecting these nodes in a logical sequence, you can create a complete process that runs automatically. Let's start building a simple workflow so you can see how this works in practice. You can follow a similar process no matter what business or job role you have. For now, let's say you're a fitness coach and you have a form on your website where people can sign up for your newsletter. Every time someone submits the form, you want three things to happen. First, their information should be saved to a Google Sheet so you have a record of it. Second, they should receive a personalized thank you email. And finally, you should get notified whenever someone signs up so you can follow up if you need to. The first step is to set up a trigger for the workflow. A trigger is what tells the workflow to start running. In this case, the trigger will be when someone submits the form. To do this, you'll use something called a webhook. A webhook is essentially a URL that listens for data. In your N8N dashboard, you'll need to drag the webhook node onto the canvas. Once it's there, click on it to open the settings. You'll see a unique URL that's been generated for you. Copy this URL and paste it into the settings of your website's form tool. Most tools like Google Forms or Typeform allow you to send form submissions to a webhook. To make sure everything is working, submit a test entry through your form. Go back to the N8N dashboard, and you should see the data appear in the webhook node. This means the trigger is working and the workflow is ready to move on to the next step. Now that the workflow knows when to start, the next step is to save the data from the form into a Google Sheet. This will give you an organized record of everyone who signs up. In your N8N dashboard, drag a Google Sheets node onto the canvas and connect it to the webhook node. When you click on the Google Sheets node, you'll be asked to log into your Google account. Once you're logged in, you can choose which spreadsheet to use. If you don't already have one, you can create a new spreadsheet specifically for this. After that, you'll need to map the fields from the form to the appropriate columns in your spreadsheet. For example, the name field from the form should go into the name column in the spreadsheet, and the email field should go into the email column. Once everything is mapped, submit another test entry to make sure the data is being saved correctly. With the data now being saved, let's move on to the next step. Sending a thank you email. This adds a nice personal touch and makes people feel appreciated. To set this up, we can use the Gmail node. Drag it onto the canvas and connect it to the Google Sheets node. When you click on the Gmail node, you'll need to log into your Gmail account and give N8N permission to send emails on your behalf. Once that's done, you can write the email you want to send. You can include placeholders for the person's name or other details, which will be automatically filled in with the data from the form. For example, you could say, "Hi, name. Thank you for signing up for our newsletter." Submit another test entry to make sure the email is being sent correctly. The final step in this workflow is to set up a notification for yourself. This way, you'll know immediately whenever someone signs up. You can use another Gmail node for this, or you can use a different tool like Slack if you prefer. Connect this notification node to the previous nodes in your workflow. When you test the workflow now, you should see that it saves the data to the spreadsheet, sends a thank you email, and notifies you, all automatically. At this point, you've built a basic workflow, but let's take it a step further and make it smarter by adding some AI. For example, you could use AI to analyze the form data and decide if the person is a good lead for your business. To do this, you'll need to add an AI agent node to the workflow. Connect it to the webhook node so it receives the form data. In the AI agent settings, you can define rules for how the AI should make decisions. For example, you might want the AI to look at how many hours per week the person is willing to dedicate to their fitness goals and classify them as a high priority or low priority lead. If you're dealing with long, written responses, you can even connect the AI agent to a service like OpenAI's GPT-4, which can analyze written responses and provide insights. Once the AI agent has made its decision, you can set up different actions based on the result. For example, if the AI finds that the person is a high-priority lead, you could send a follow-up email or notify your sales team. If they're not a good fit, you could send a polite message thanking them for their interest. This makes the workflow not only automatic but also intelligent, so it can adapt to different scenarios. From here, the possibilities are endless. You can expand your workflow to include more advanced features, like pulling data from external APIs or adding conditional logic to handle more complex processes. The key is to start simple, like we did here, and gradually build on it as you get more comfortable. By now, you should have a solid understanding of how to create an AI agent workflow using N8N. It might seem like a lot at first, but as you've seen, it's really just about breaking things down into manageable steps. With a bit of practice, you'll be able to create workflows that save you time, reduce your workload, and help you focus on what matters most. What will you use your AI agent for? Let me know in the comments and click the link in the description for all the useful tools and resources that I've talked about today. And if you found this helpful, make sure to like and subscribe for more tutorials like this.